Oregon leftist throws a tantrum, cusses at Charlie Kirk, and gets booed after he is walloped in a debate. Guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. This Oregon leftist over here gets very upset and unhinged, and it's a lot of fun, and you're going to love it, so we're going to get right into it. But first, everybody, help me out real quick and do a huge favor here. Like our video, share it around, and if you are new, subscribe to the Resist the Mainstream YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you guys this great content. And for those of you who are coming back, thanks so much. We appreciate you guys. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian. Let's get into the clip.
Oh, Charlie. I love the show. I listen all the time. No joke. I've been listening to about 5 to 10 hours a week of conservative talk radio since the summer of 2008. Yeah, that's just as a fun... I just, you know... there was something going on the summer of 2008. I can't remember. This new lady was breaking out onto the scene, big conservative star. Is she still in the party? She was a governor of Alaska. I can't remember her name. Hold on. Sarah something. No. Anyway, my question is really quick. I'll be really brief. I would love it if you could just name 2 black Republican senators.
Well, there is one that I know of, Tim Scott.
Yeah. Can you name a second one?
I'm not sure there is a second. Maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong.
No, there's not.
Yeah, so it's a trick question.
Yeah.
How about this? Can you name me the only black Supreme Court justice? Actually, there's 2 of them.
Well, it's not a trick question. It's a question to try to prove a point. So other than Byron Donalds, can you...
Clarence Thomas, the first ever black United States Supreme Court justice, appointed by a Republican. By the way, let's not forget what happened with Thomas. There were a bunch of Democrats who were frothing at the mouth, furious over his appointment at the time. And Thomas very famously said that this is a modern day lynching of the Democrats. So all that to say, this whole shtick about how Republicans are so racist and they hate black people really doesn't make a lot of sense.
You name another black Republican congressperson.
Yeah, Wesley Hunt.
Okay, do you know what the percentage of black Republican representation in the Republican side of Congress is? Do you know what that number is?
It's not very high. But,
it's not very high. No, it's about a fraction of a fraction of a single percent.
Okay, that's interesting.
No, but I'm curious because I've heard you in other videos, you say, what's the total black population of the United States?
It's roughly 13%.
So 13 to 14% of the constituents are represented by 0.001% on your side. Now, I'm curious about this one. What's the percentage of the United States citizens who are Christian, who identify as Christian?
Yeah, and if I'm not orange, that means I'm not represented by Donald Trump. What?
Probably 50 to 55%.
What's the percentage of Christians who are Republican in Congress? Just curious. It's 100%.
well, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Hold on.
So,
calm down. You've talked this entire time.
No, but representation matters to you.
Oh, no, hold on. One second. How have the
you.
Democrats done overseeing the black community the last 40 years? Are they wealthier, richer, happier?
Everybody has made mistakes, bro. People are human
No,
beings.
answer the question.
I'm answering I just answered the question. There has been successes and there's been failures.
What success
but on
has
your side, can I ask you this? Let me ask this question the other way.
What success
So
exactly?
Tim Scott, this is the best way to do this. So I'm an alumni. I hope that's okay. Oregon State alumni. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Go Beavs. Go Beavs. I used to live in Bloss Hall. Anyone in Bloss Hall? Bloss Hall's all f***ed up.
I don't know if you could hear it, but the guy yelled, "We don't care." Love it.
That's sad that it's not been changed. No. So. This is maybe the better question. So in 2022, Herschel Walker would have become the very first black Republican Senate candidate to win a primary and a general election to serve their first term in office. As you know, Tim Scott was actually appointed to fill a vacated seat.
And then won later.
Right, but he won as an incumbent. And what's the incumbency rate in Congress? Does anybody know that number? It's like 90-something, 96%, 97% incumbency.
No,
I'm just curious, do you know when Republicans... Yeah, my question is, because it's not going to happen this cycle, what cycle do you think Republicans will nominate and elect their first black Republican senator to serve
You know what's
in
interesting?
office?
I think skin color is irrelevant. Why do you care so much about it?
I just told you, buddy, it's not irrelevant because it doesn't matter to you.
No, it's interesting though. But you say representation. You know what the only stop it. The only representation that matters is values, not skin color.
Oh, values. Right, Christian values are important to you because 100% of Republicans in Congress represent Christian values.
Bingo.
Black values are not important to Republicans because 0.001% of your representation.
Tell me very slowly so I can understand. What are black values?
I'm talking about the values of different communities.
No, tell me what they are. Educate me on what black values are.
That's you're picking a stupid.
You know what black values are? They're Christian because they're one of the most Christian populations in the country. Yeah. That's what black values are.
How was the church during slavery? I'm curious. What did the church say about slavery?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there were a bunch of pastors.
Help me understand.
Get smoked, bucko. Also, I want to call BS on this idea that 100% of Republicans represent Christian values. That is so not true. I would argue that even more than half of them who say they are Christian don't actually believe in Christianity. They don't believe in it. They don't represent the values of it. They certainly don't practice it in real time. That's for sure. And they really just pretend to be Christian because they want to get votes from the Christian base. That it just is what it is. It's true. If you want a good example, I like to talk about Congresswoman Nancy Mace. People love her. A lot of people really think she's great, whatever. She's a woman congressman. She's so smart, well-spoken, blah, 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 blah. Well, Nancy Mace went to a Christian prayer breakfast about, I don't know, maybe a year ago.
When I woke up this morning at 7, I was getting picked up at 7:45. Patrick, my fiance, tried to pull me by my waist over this morning in bed, and I was like, no, baby, we don't got time for that this morning. I got to get...
She said that at a Christian breakfast, okay? So, yeah, I reject that premise. Republicans are not necessarily representing Christian values. I think some of them do, and God bless the ones who do, but many of them just don't.
What is the difference between a white person and a black person?
We're getting off topic.
No, this is your topic, my friend. You know you're now starting to retreat a little bit because it's not going well.
I came out here to prove a point, which is that your side doesn't really want to involve itself in anything other than white Christian culture, and that's represented in the people that you bring to office.
Let me explain to me then, not just Wesley Hunt, but Anna Paulina Luna, and the growing Republican Party in the Hispanic community.
Are any of them in any leadership positions on your committees? You guys do run a bunch of committees, right? I'm curious, how many non-white, non-males are on Republican committees in Congress? We got about 118 Congresses to pick from.
Quite a few, but the only distinction I will accept is the male-female distinction. I actually think that one matters because I think male-female distinctions are important, one the left does not believe in. But I want you to
From the Bible, right? Yeah.
Well, it's also biology, you know, like XXXY chromosomes. Yeah, you know? You do believe in male-female distinctions, right?
I'm talking about. I love that you have to retreat to like the biblical male-female. I get it.
I didn't. You can see XXXY in your blood work, actually.
How did we get on this topic again?
Because I'm talking about distinctions. So I want you to tell me, though, you say that the Republican Party is underrepresenting Black America.
Well, not just Black America, it's many other I'm saying they're overrepresenting white Christian culture, and that matters because it shows that that's what your value set is. I don't believe that you have value sets for non-white,
What is white
cultures.
Christian culture? Tell me what that is.
You drip it in the morning when you get out of the shower, bro. Like, what are you hating women, hating different people, and
The whole irony of this guy complaining, at least implicitly, that Republicans are racist or sexist or whatever, and then he does the exact same thing towards white men. You notice that?
How do I hate women exactly? Tell me how I hate women.
Sir, I've listened to several hours of your programming a week.
Give me one example.
You're incredibly misogynistic.
Give me a second example.
Yeah. Again, can you
give me a third example?
Can you name any women that are on any leadership positions anywhere on the Republican side of Congress?
Yes, Senator from Mississippi. Senator Lummis from Wyoming is on a leadership committee.
Senator Lummis from Wyoming. Yeah, that's a.
Yes.
Also, when was the last time he had?
Hold on a second. Also, Senator Katie Britt gave the response to the State of the Union address, and
she did a great job on that one, guys. You guys remember that? That was
okay.
Hilarious.
No, but tell me, you came after.
We are suffering.
Okay, so tell me very clearly though.
Yeah.
You said that I hate women and I'm misogynistic.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example?
I can't. I don't have a specific example right now.
Because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. I think it does.
Because you're making it up.
I got you earlier though, and I love you, my friend.
But tell me your evidence.
I'm going to move it down onto the next person.
Can you tell me your evidence?
A lot of people lined up. You have a wonderful
final
day,
question.
Buddy.
Are you voting for Kamala Harris?
I'm voting not Trump, motherfucker.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that fascinating display by our friend. Quite the performance, if I say so myself. With all that being said, we really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please comment on the video. Let us know what you liked about it, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future, and we'll catch you guys again soon. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless.